These are the two bonnet release cable outers that fit into the dashboard and go onto the bulkhead. They're both 20 inches long externally, although they've got slightly modified different ends. I'm not sure whether that's as new or whether a previous owner made that change. I'll just zoom in so you can see. For some reason the one of the ends has been shortened, or was it always done like that? Not sure, maybe because of the glove box, one's been made shorter. But they do have both ends up, when they're straight they measure 20 inches externally. And these are the two bonnet release cables with the handles on the end, and they measure 18 and 13/16 the cable length, so to the end of the metal part. Let me just zoom in and make sure that's what I'm talking about. Just the length of the cable to the end of this fitting is 18 and 13/16 long. One of these is a new cable, the other is the original cable. This one you can see has been silver soldered maybe, or possibly brazed in, and I've got to sort out the fittings on the other ends. These are little threaded pieces, type of thing you get on the accelerator cable adjuster and on push bikes, brakes, old push bikes with brakes, that type of adjuster mechanism. Anyway, I've cut these off those because they were missing on the car, and the idea is that we'll get silver soldered onto the end of the wire. So I'll have a go at silver soldering those on, and then those are used to clamp, put two nuts on that, and that clamps either side of the bonnet release bracket, springy thing. Just had a go at silver soldering a new cable into the handle. Seems to have worked, but I've got too much solder on, as you can see, so I'll just have to file off that little excess blob there and there. But yeah, not too bad at all. You've got to mix up flux, so I've mixed them up here to like a paste, and pop it on and then just heat it. And it's so small, the part, that it heated up pretty quickly, so it didn't take very long. So pleased with that. So I've got some flux on the wire and in the inside of the little threaded piece and on the end of the wire. So we'll give it a go. Wait until all the water's boiled off. That blob was flux, so once I've cleaned that off, just to have silver soldered it to the bottom of the hole. I might just see if I can get a big blob on this end. Just feels more secure if it was filled. Might not be possible, we'll see. Yeah, definitely filled it up this time, and I've managed to do it without filling the threads up with solder as well, so I can get the nuts across this onto this part as well. Okay, that's very pleasing. Shall do the other one. I've got those done then, with these little threaded pieces, silver soldered on the end. It's just so. Very happy with those. You may have realised, of course, that I've had to take them out of the dashboard, which is rather stupid of me. Anyway, there we are. It's tested my theory about getting the radio out. So I've been able to dismount that and push it back and get to the back of these to get the nuts off those cables. So it is possible to get them out with the dashboard in the car. Not that I really wanted to discover that, but that's just my poor planning, thinking I would put those cable outers in before putting the inners in. Don't! I need doing together. Okay, so I'll get them fitted back in. Oh, you may have spotted a steering wheel. I've just covered it in foam to protect it. Now that's a replica steering wheel. It's not a wooden one. It's got a leather covering, but it's very nice. Well, I've got the bonnet catches in place, and amazingly a bonnet, which I'm quite pleased with. The fit, it needs a little bit of adjustment still, particularly the height of the catches. So if we pull the bonnet things, I've been playing around the springs as well, so I'm not sure it'll pop up yet on its own, and it may need to lubricate or something the little nylon bits that the bonnet runs on. And I've also got to put some metal pieces around these, so don't worry about the scratch mark in the paint because they get covered up with metal, but there we are. We'll get some light. But there's the springs down there. I put an extra ring on that side, like to shorten the spring. I've been experimenting with those as well. I'll just get some light. So there's a little spring clip in place with this little threaded piece silver soldered to the end of the cable. So when you pull the cable, it pulls that back, and the bonnet, when it comes down, hooks underneath there, this little bit in the bonnet, so the spring clip hooks into that. As I say, this will get covered in a strip of metal, gets wrapped around that, and same on the other side. Great. Back on there. So if I pull the cable, that's what's happening.